Hey, we're joined this morning by someone who's always around. His name is J. Patrick McDonald. And Patrick, good morning to you, sir.
Great to see you again.
Good to see you. And the beat goes on, doesn't it?
You know, we just go out of one show right into the next, and we love doing it.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Safe Southern Dance and Performing Arts, located at 109 South Broadway in Sylacauga. Now, we've got a new show coming up. We want to talk about that this morning. Who is Earnest?
Earnest. Well, you know, that would be the question, isn't it? The play was written back in the late 1800s by a fellow named Oscar Wilde, and it is absolutely one of the funniest plays I've ever seen in my life. Not because anybody's trying to be funny or do gags or anything on stage. It's just hilarious in the situations that they get themselves in. You have John, who pretends to be his difficult brother Earnest when he's in town. Then when he goes out to the country, he can be the straight-laced, upstanding member of society. But then he gets kind of caught in that web with his friend Algernon. They both get caught in the web, and it is hilarious to watch, hilarious to do. And we are auditioning for the show. We don't even have our actors cast yet, and that's why I'm here today. I'm coming out to talk to your viewers and say, if you have ever thought about auditioning for a show, come on out on May 2nd and 3rd to Southern Dance and Performing Arts, Studio C at 109 North Broadway, and audition for the show. We've got a link on the SDPAC.net, SDPAC.net site where you can click and get a time slot to come in and audition. There's a audition packet in there that has things that you need to, there's a couple pages you want to memorize before you get there, just so you can really give us your best performance during the auditions.
Now, who could be a part of this?
We are we're calling for actors that are age 12 and up.
Okay.
I know from our signups already, we've got some teenagers. We've also got some adults. It is not a children's show in that we're not casting children on the stage. It is 12 and up, so teenagers to adult are welcome to come and audition.
Now, maybe there's some people watching this morning that have thought about it before, and you've been on here before, and they just haven't been able to cross the mountaintop, and this might be their time.
This is the time to pull the trigger if you think you might want to audition. You know, come on in, and you know, we're actually fairly gentle in the auditions. I've never, to my knowledge, buffeted anybody. So you come in, you do a quick audition. The good news is this is a play, not a musical, so you don't have to sing, you don't have to dance during the audition. It's just 30 minutes of having fun with the casting directors, so that we can take a look at it and see where you might fit on the stage. I know right now we already have more people auditioning than are cast, so there are going to be some people who don't make the cast, but we have all kinds of roles on stage, backstage, and out in the house. So there are a lot of roles. If somebody wants to get involved, if they've been thinking, well, you know, I did that a while back, but I don't know if yes, you do. You really want to come and you want to audition. And you can tell us, I have people come in on audition day and say, I just want to get the experience auditioning and because what we'll give you is feedback from your audition if you ask for it. And so they come in, they just want to get the experience auditioning, don't really want to do this show, they want to do the next show. I don't have our next season to announce yet, but that's coming soon. And then we're going to have another 3 shows next year.
The importance of being earnest. We're casting for the play and the program, and J. Patrick McDonald is here with us this morning. What went into selecting this particular project?
This one was chosen well over a year ago. We plan our seasons over a year in advance. So this one was chosen because it is a classic. It also, because we are a teaching theater, I'm there to teach acting techniques and different styles of theater to our students. That's what I look for, is very often things that have something that's different. This is a farce. It's basically where everybody on the stage is thinking they're in the middle of a tragedy, and it's an uproarious comedy. And it's probably the best example of that. I can't tell you the number of people when I've told them that we're doing The Importance of Being Earnest have told me, that's my favorite play. And it's over 130 years old. But it is absolutely timeless. You don't lose anything by being in 2022 as opposed to 1891.
Now, Oscar Wilde, I remember that name when I was in school. He's been around a while.
Well, yes, he has. And I don't think we read Earnest when I was in school, but he also wrote a novel, The Picture of Dorian Gray, and several others. A prolific writer in the late 1800s.
Yeah, no doubt about it. J. Patrick McDonald, our guest this morning. Now, let's go back and recap, because I heard so many wonderful comments about the last production you did. Let's kind of recap that, because you hadn't had your own since then.
That's true. Yeah, we finished our run of Big Fish back in March, and it was tremendous. The acting on stage, the pageantry, the audience were absolutely amazing coming in, because the audience is part of the show. They're giving feedback to the actors who are on stage. The applause in the middle when the actors are sitting there after they've been dancing all over the stage for 10 minutes, and they're just trying to get their breath back, and the audience is out of their seats applauding. There's no bigger thrill than that. And so we. The show itself was fabulous. I wish I had, well, maybe I don't wish it, but sometimes you can come on and tell things. Oh, well, let me tell you about this night when this went. We really didn't have anything go wrong in the show. There were just, always the little minor hiccups. You get a drop line or you get a set piece that doesn't want to agree, but everybody on the cast and team worked through it, and the audience never knew anything happened.
Do you have actors and actresses from the previous program that are going to participate in this one as well?
In fact, one of the actresses who played Josephine in Big Fish, she also played Belle when we did Beauty and the Beast. She is my co-director for this show. So part of what we're doing is trying to develop a bigger stable of directors. That way you don't have to look at my mug every time we do a show. You can get somebody new in the seat. But she is an incredibly talented, just naturally gifted actress, and she has a director's eye. I love the ideas that she has. I love the things that she comes up with. And so Celia Blanchard is going to be co-directing this show with me, and I couldn't be more excited about the opportunity to work with her on that.
What are you looking for when you ask for people to audition? What are some of the telltale signs you're looking for?
Well, I want to see them poised on stage. So during the audition, that's always going to help us when you're addressing yourself and you're able to hold yourself well on stage. Also playing with the other person. I don't want somebody who's going to stand up there with his hand on his chest and say, oh, I'm sorry, I hit the mic. Wherefore art thou, Romeo, or something. I don't want them reciting the lines. I want them actually acting the lines. And so those are the things we look for. Now, honestly, I want to hear them loudly enough in the back, so I want to see that they can project. But we teach all that too. So it's not that somebody who comes in and they have kind of a thin voice and they don't really get really loud and they're terrified and their knees are knocking. I cast those people too, because we teach theater. And so, don't feel like, oh, my skills aren't good enough to be in this. What we do is we take you from the beginning where you are, and we take you into a performance. So I'm going to teach you all those techniques. We have techniques to be comfortable on stage. We have techniques to be able to expand your voice and to speak more loudly, to speak even without a microphone that you can be heard in the back of the auditorium. We have all these things. And when you're talking about a stage play, it really uncomplicates things because I don't have to teach you singing and dancing too. So it's just the acting part of it that we can really focus on in the summer.
I'm sure that the knocking of knees has happened to almost everybody at some time or another, but I'm sure also that some of these individuals who were nervous, who were really unsure themselves, have really come along and made a huge difference in their acting career.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody starts off at the same place. Everybody starts off. I don't want to speak in front of people. I just want to kind of sit back. Everybody starts off there. Even the people you think are extroverted, when you get them into an audition and they're having to recite somebody else's lines, then it just makes all the difference in the world. Everybody starts off there, but after the first show, I see almost everybody wants to do the next show. They're always asking me, what's coming up next? I have people who are asking me what's our next musical coming up in the next season.
Wow.
I can't reveal it yet because we don't have contracts on it yet, but we're already putting together next season, and I've got actors lined up, ready to mark it off on their calendar. This is when these performances are going to be.
Wow, J. Patrick McDonald, our guest this morning. The importance of being earnest. We're auditioning for this. Now, actually, the play is when?
The play will be July 8th through the 17th.
Okay.
We are still early in the process, so we don't have the contracts lined up yet for the venue, but it will be the 8th through the 17th, and you can mark that on your calendar, and then we'll get you all the details over the next week or so.
And so if you would like to audition for this particular program, the importance of being earnest, how can they go about getting plugged into it?
There is a Sign Up Genius link at the top of SDPAC.net. It just says if you want to audition for Importance of Being Earnest at the top of the page. So if you go to SDPAC.net and click on the link, it'll take you to a Sign Up Genius. You sign up for a 30-minute time slot, and then you download the packet. It has our entire rehearsal schedule, so you know exactly when the rehearsals are going to be. It has all of the things that are pertinent to the show and the audition, as well as a couple pages that probably may take you 30 minutes to an hour to memorize, and then you're ready to perform during the audition.
And this is for 12 and up?
12 and up.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much for joining us this
Thank
morning.
you so much for having me today.
J. Patrick McDonald from Safe Southern Dance and Performing Arts, and their production, Oscar Wilde, The Importance of Being Earnest. More Daybreak just ahead. Don't go away.